Hi, this is Mr. Urrego, and today we're going to solve, or we're going to find an equation. Let's read the problem. It says, find an equation in slope-intercept form that passes... Okay, we're missing something. Yeah, find an equation in the line in slope-intercept form that passes through the point -9, -2, and is perpendicular to the line 9x minus 5, y equals 5. So they're asking me for the equation in slope-intercept form. What's my equation in slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b. Okay, that's the equation in slope-intercept form. Now, that's what the question is. From here, I need to find the slope, I need to find the y-intercept. So I gotta go back to my problem and see if my slope was given or my y-intercept was given. If both are given, then just plug it in and you're done. Let's find out. Find equation slope-intercept form that passes through the point. So they're giving me a point and is perpendicular to the line 9x minus 5y equals 5. So neither the slope or the y-intercept is given. They're saying it goes through a point and is perpendicular to this line. So because they're saying it's perpendicular to this line, that's the clue of saying from there I need to find my slope. So what's happening? When two lines are perpendicular, and let's leave some space over here. When two lines are perpendicular, what happened with them is that their slopes are negative reciprocals to each other. So perpendicular lines, and this is the important part of this. Perpendicular lines, slope of the first line is the negative reciprocal of the second one. Okay? So this is what I need to know. So because they're saying it goes through one point, is perpendicular to the second line, then that means I need to work on this line, find the slope. For my case, I can call this line 1, line number 1. So therefore I get slope number 1 from there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the negative reciprocal of that slope. And that will be my second slope, which is the slope for my problem. Alright, so let's try to fit in this thing in this corner. So I'm going to rewrite this 9x minus 5y equals 5, right? And I need to find the slope. To find the slope, I have to write my equation in slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b, which means I have to leave the y by itself. Let's leave the y by itself. Let me make a square here so it doesn't get confused. To leave the y by itself, the first thing I have to cancel is the 9x. It's positive, so I do minus 9x on both sides. They cancel out, and I have negative 5y equals, and I don't think it's going to fit. Okay, bring the negative 5y equals to negative 9x plus 5. Leave the y by itself, divide by negative 5, every single term from both sides. Negative 5's cancel, I have y equals negative 9 divided by negative 5. I can reduce the negatives, negative divided by negative is positive, so I have 9 over 5x. Positive 5 divided by negative 5 gives me negative 1. From there, how much is my slope? The slope is any number that is in front of the x. So this is your slope. Therefore, slope number 1 is 9 over 5. Okay? Now let's go back over here. Slope number 2 is the negative reciprocal of this slope, which basically means, let's write slope number 2. Negative reciprocal. Let's do the reciprocal first. If slope number 1 is 9 over 5, the reciprocal means flip my fraction. So reciprocal will be 5 over 9. Negative. If this slope number 1 is positive, then by doing a negative means change the sign. If this was negative, then by changing the sign, then slope number 2 will be positive. So when you do a negative reciprocal, which is only flip the fraction, change the sign. And now I have slope number 2, which is the slope for my problem. Okay. From there, so let's go back. from there, and if you remember, I said when I'm writing the equation in slope-intercept form, and it's right over here, I said I need two things. I need the slope, which I have right now. Now I need to find the b. Okay, so I need to find the b, which is the y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, and let's write it over here, find b, which is your y-intercept. Okay, to do this I need two things. I need to have my slope, in my case is going to be -5/9, right? And I need to have an order pair, a point, which is given in the beginning of the problem, and they're giving me -9 comma -2. Okay, so to find b, which is your y-intercept, I need two things, the slope and one point. Why is that? Because to find the y-intercept, what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using the slope-intercept formula. Okay, I have y equals mx plus b. You see I have a b, that's the b that I want to find. Slope was given, order pair was given. I need to label this. The first value is the x, the second value is the y. I'm going to plug all that information into this equation. So y, -2, m, -5/9. I want to make sure that I put parentheses because m is multiplying the x. X is -9 plus b. Alright? If you notice, the only variable that I have is the b, which is the y-intercept. Everything else I'm able to solve. So let's keep solving. -2, I bring it down, equals. I have a fraction times a whole number. To multiply a fraction times a whole number, I make the whole number, I make it a fraction, which is only putting over 1. How do I multiply fractions? Top with top, bottom with bottom. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. That's how we multiply fractions. -5 times -9, -45. I'm sorry, +45. 9 times 1, 9. Plus b. Okay, almost there. I don't want to deal with fractions, so I want to see if I'm able to reduce or simplify that. 45 divided by 9 is equal to 5. b. Now let's leave the b by itself, meaning I got to cancel the 5. -5, -5, and now I have -2 minus 5, -7, 5's cancel. Excellent, now I have a b. So from the previous step I have the slope, now I have the y-intercept. So I have slope, y-intercept, the only thing I have to do is just replace the values, and that's the end. So let's go back. Let's get the green. And now I'm going to write y equal mx plus b, y equals m. M is -5/9, x plus b. In this case, your y-intercept, your b, is negative, so -7. And this is the equation in slope-intercept form. Thank you.